cryptocurrency known as KASPA or KAS has been making waves over the last year. And if you hang out on CryptoX, it is a cryptocurrency that will dominate your timeline. So what is KAS and why is it so popular? And how high can this crypto potentially go? KAS exploded onto the scene last year and it instantly gained a large following on CryptoX. KAS was fair launched. It is completely open source and it has grown a staggering 74,000% in price since its launch, with a lot more room for growth still. This crypto was created by Yonatan Sompolinsky, who interestingly was an early phase contributor to the Bitcoin blockchain. And by the way, I've probably pronounced his name incorrectly, but that's kind of my thing. So many people actually believe that Yonatan was actually Satoshi Nakamoto, and there is quite compelling evidence to suggest that this is true. But of course, almost every blockchain these days has a community behind it that suggests the blockchain creator is Satoshi Nakamoto. But, by the way, and just a side note, isn't it really interesting to think that the real Satoshi Nakamoto is probably and most likely a significant and public member of the crypto community right now? And they are most likely the main developer of the newer cryptocurrency and someone who is working to build a better version of Bitcoin. And for that reason, it is possible that Yonatan is Satoshi Nakamoto, because KAS is a significantly improved version of Bitcoin. In fact, it is the best and possibly the ultimate form of Bitcoin that we have seen yet. It is so impressive that Sergey Ivancheglo, the genius founder of Cubic, described what has been achieved by KASPA as some form of magic. So what is it that KASPA has achieved? Well, to understand that, we need to first understand the fundamental issue of the cryptocurrency world, which is known as the blockchain trilemma. The blockchain trilemma refers to the trade-off between three critical aspects of blockchain technology, which are security, scalability, and decentralization. The structure of decentralized systems means developers can only optimize for two of these qualities. So let's explain these qualities in a bit more detail. So scalability is the capacity to process transactions and is measured by the network's throughput. So for blockchains to actually fill their revolutionary promises, they must be able to accommodate thousands or millions of transactions on the network without compromising on settlement times or efficiency. Then we've got security, which is obviously the capacity to withstand attacks, and it's the ability for the ledger to be completely immutable and its ability to resist fraud and malicious threats. And then, of course, we've got decentralization, which is the idea at the heart of blockchain, and this is determined by the number of nodes under individual control that maintain the network. The more separate the nodes that support the network, the more censorship-resistant the network becomes. So basically, the more nodes that are further apart on a network, the less likely it is for one body to have control over that whole network. So both Bitcoin and other super popular blockchains like Ethereum run on blockchain networks that prioritize decentralization and security. But then this poses huge challenges to scalability. And this is the reason why Bitcoin and Ethereum are so slow and expensive. And it's why sometimes when you go to make a transaction on Bitcoin or Ethereum, or most of the time when you go to do this, it can take anywhere from 10 minutes, if you're lucky, to days for that transaction to go through, and the gas fees could be anywhere from maybe $5 up into the $50 region, or even way higher. So basically, Bitcoin and Ethereum right now don't work, and they're kind of useless other than for speculative reasons. It's generally believed in the crypto space, or generally kind of believed by people in the space, that to be truly decentralized, a blockchain must operate on a proof of work model. Now, that mightn't be true, and a lot of people don't necessarily agree with that, but that's just the general belief that's out there. So Bitcoin and other blockchains that rely on proof of work consensus algorithms are widely thought of to be the most decentralized blockchains. Right now, there are more than 10,000 nodes on the Bitcoin network, but then that means in busy times, transactions can still take up to a few days, leading to really missed opportunities. Ethereum then, on the other hand, offers faster transactions than Bitcoin and attempts to avoid compromising decentralization with what is called a proof of stake consensus and their scaling solutions like sharding. But while there's many benefits to this approach, proof of stake is still widely considered less secure than proof of work. And then if you take a really popular blockchain like the XRP ledger, it's really secure, it's really scalable, it's really fast, but it lacks decentralization, or at least that's what people will say about something like XRP. The lack of distributed nodes mean that the XRP blockchain could be shut down more easily than most. So that for that reason, blockchains like XRP are not considered decentralized enough. Now, a lot of people would completely disagree that the XRP ledger is less decentralized than the Bitcoin ledger, and many would say that the Bitcoin ledger has become quite centralized due to the power of the huge Chinese mining systems that are working together. So it seems like China actually is the one area that could shut down the Bitcoin ledger. But again, that's not necessarily true. I'm just giving both sides of the story here. So generally, it is believed that proof of work is the way forward for decentralization. But look, for someone like me who just really cares about the price potential of a project, I understand that when a project is proof of work, in this day and age, it generally leads to price appreciation because people are all about proof of work and solving this trilemma. So until recently, all projects that were trying to make a trade-off between security, scalability and decentralization. But now KAS has solved the trilemma. And by the way, so is Cubic, but that's something I'll discuss in another video. Now, FYI here, I'm not super technical, as you're going to see, so I'm not going to go and explain this in great detail. I'm just going to explain it on a very basic level so that's easy to understand and so I don't run rings around myself and talk nonsense. But basically, when a transaction happens on the Bitcoin blockchain, a block needs to be added. And then each block on the Bitcoin blockchain must be informed of this new block soon after. So for that reason, the system is slow because each block must fully propagate before the next block can be added. This means that when a large number of transactions are being processed through the Bitcoin blockchain, it becomes super slow. So Bitcoin can't scale to serve the needs of even a small population, never mind the whole world. Now, KASPA has fixed this problem with something that is known as the Phantom Ghost Tag. Basically, and very basically, the Phantom Ghost Tag allows for blocks to be added concurrently, meaning that many blocks can be added at the same time. While it takes at least 10 minutes for each block to be added to the Bitcoin blockchain, KAS allows for a block to be added every second, and soon it will be able to scale to hundreds of blocks per second, or at least 100 blocks per second anyway. But all this means is that KAS is super fast, super scalable, and super cheap, like the XRP ledger, but it is also as decentralized and as secure as the Bitcoin blockchain, or at least as secure as Bitcoin is considered to be. So for this reason, people are referring to KASPA as the silver of blockchain technology, and as I'm sure you know, Bitcoin has long been considered the gold of blockchain technology. So KASPA has become so popular because it is a truly revolutionary step in the proof of work area. And now let's get on to the important stuff. So other than for the love of the technological advancements, why would we care about all of this? And the reason I care is because this makes KASPA a super high potential investment because it's got a great marketing point and a great sellability point, if sellability is a word. Currently, KASPA is sitting at a market cap of $3.5 billion with a circulating supply of almost 23 billion and a max supply of almost 29 billion. KASPA goes through a similar halving process as Bitcoin, so it is designed to increase in value, and it has a super strong community behind it, and this crypto is poised to be one of the breakout successes of the current market cycle. I expect to see KAS at the very minimum, at least increase in value. And I think it's almost definite that this will double in value. But I think a 10x to a market cap of 35 billion is extremely possible. And this is the sort of crypto that I could see doing a 30x and going above 100 billion. And then this is one of those very few cryptos out there that could break into that even higher terrain, into a top 5 crypto and have a market cap that starts growing closer to $1 trillion over time. Basically what I'm saying is Kaspa is going to be around for a long time. In my opinion, this is one of those blockchains and one of those cryptos that isn't just going to be a flash in the pan. It's going to be around for a long, long time, appreciating in value. Now, of course, everything I said there is all speculation, but KAS definitely represents a very good risk to return ratio, and it should be a no-brainer investment to make if you're going to be investing in cryptocurrencies. So next, watch the video on screen to see the number one crypto that I'm investing in this year, and I'll see you on the outside.